Well, for most folks, the 4th of July was a big event here in the city. I mean, people were out having a good time. The weather was perfect. You couldn't ask for a better day. Some folks went up to the lake, and that's what people do in this part of the state. And if you're a big Chicago Cubs fan, you wanted to see the Cubs play and hit, what, 8 home runs? All right, it's a great 4th of July. And of course, then 4th of July evening, 10 o'clock, the fireworks. Right off the top of the I&M building, a glorious display of fireworks. Some great photos were taken. And you know what? All in all, it was a pretty doggone good day until around midnight. Then things went from good to tragic. 4 young teens between the ages of 15 and 18, 15 and 18-year-old kids were shot. That's right, shot. Right there at the intersection of Pearl and Harrison, right downtown Fort Wayne, by the old Wholesome Bakery, Bradley, over that area. That's a nice area downtown. We're trying to get people to go to walking around, enjoy themselves. More and more people are moving downtown. That's fine. But if you can't walk around the streets of downtown without being afraid you're going to be shot, then why live downtown? These 4 kids, 1 kid died. Took him to the hospital. He didn't make it. Other kids are in the hospital. And the police, when they arrived on the scene, found multiple firearms. Now, someone explained to me what kids between the ages of 15 and 18 are doing with firearms. Where do those firearms come from? Now, police department will be able to take those firearms, track down the serial numbers, and find out who owned them and where they were stolen from, if they were stolen. Or maybe not. Depends if someone took a file and tried to rub those down and clean the guns off, where they're not traceable. My guess is they didn't do that. But 15 and 18-year-old kids and a 16-year-old kid is dead. Now, here's the thing. Back when I was a teenager, which is, I believe in the 17th century, they had a thing back then called TV. And every night at 10 o'clock on TV, there was a PSA, a public service announcement came on. It said, it's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children are? Some stations even repeated it at 11 o'clock. It's 11 o'clock. Do you know where your children are? And then some stations even went so far as to take it 1 hour later and go, it's midnight. Do you know where your children are? And every time that question was asked, my parents would say, yeah, they're right here. Because we were. See, that was the thing. It was called a curfew. And I'm wondering if maybe, just maybe, the city of Fort Wayne may have to resort to a curfew for those under the age of 21. I'm not sure if they could do that or not. I'm not sure if the mayor or the city council would want to impose something like that. But the truth of the matter is, you get 4 kids downtown between the ages of 15 and 18, and gunshots break out, and 4 of them are shot. What else are you going to do? You can't put a cop in every corner. I wish you could, but you can't. Police are there to clean up the mess after the mess happens. And to see 4 kids, 15 to 18, and a 6-year-old kid dead, kids shot, handguns found, Pearl and Harrison, downtown Fort Wayne? Give me a break. Now, if somebody knows something, you can call Crimestoppers at 436-7867. That's 436-7867. Or if you want to call the police department, you can reach 7427-1201. But if you're like a regular person, you can use the app on your phone. You know, that phone app, what everybody has nowadays, because nobody has a regular phone. Everybody has their phone. Cell phone. There's a free app. It's called P3 Tip. Download that. You can do a download and say, yeah, I know who was involved. Look, Crimestoppers, they're not going to tell anybody. They just want to get the crime off the street, get the bad people off the street. That's what Crimestoppers does. It's their job. They don't tell. They find out. They get bad people off the street.